long one. Yeah. So I'm the Government Chief Information Officer, working with the Rwanda Information Society Authority. I was the former ICT Director at the Ministry of Youth and ICT, where I was in charge of policy in the ICT area, basically. Prior to that, I was the Principal Senior Technologist at the Ministry in charge of the private sector development. And my role really was mainly to advocate for the private sector and see what the private sector could do for the government, so to serve the ICT purpose of the government. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, so you've been in the space for a while now.
Yeah.
And also you've interacted with the private sector.
Sure.
Okay. So as a government CIO, what's your role? What do you do on a day-to-day?
Thank you. RISA, the Rwanda Information Society Authority, is a new institution that was established April 2017. And mainly our role is to implement all ICT projects across the government. And my role specifically, the GCIO, is to look at the digital transformation within government and follow up mainly key projects that are going to drive that digital transformation in Rwanda.
Okay.
Thank you.
So what are some of these projects? What are the most transformative projects that you're handling right now?
Thank you. Maybe before I answer that question,
Okay.
I wanted to kind of give a background to where we're coming from.
Mm-hmm.
You all know about our history, the tragedy of the genocide against Tutsi in 1994, which left the country really in a very sad, I would say, situation environment. And development after then was a big challenge. So from the years around 2000, the government, led by His Excellency President Paul Kagame, chose to use ICT as a tool and enabler to speed up the development that we envisioned. So there on, several strategies were put in place, including, if I may enumerate some of them, like the Nikki Plan 1, which was the national ICT strategy.
Like in the 2000s.
Yeah, the years 2000. It was a 5 years plan, which mainly focused on setting up the infrastructure that was needed to use the ICTs. So those the years where we saw the fiber backbone being laid across the country. Currently, we're having the fiber backbone reaching all border posts of Rwanda. Also, each district, we have 30 districts, and we have fiber reaching each district office. So after then, we also had the Nikki 2, which was mainly focused on services, how ICT was going to enable service delivery. Then the Nikki 3 mainly focused on skills development. That's when we had the Carnegie Mellon set up in Kigali as a center of excellence in ICT skills development. And then in 2015, we had this, what was to be the Nikki 4, now renamed the Smart Rwanda Master Plan, really now focusing on digital transformation across key sectors of the economy, naming the education, health, governance, finance, agriculture. There are 7. Also focusing on bridging the gender digital divide. We have a specific pillar focusing on empowering women
Laura will be
in
happy to hear that.
ICT. And all that will be based on security, shared infrastructure, and governance. So now RISA was established to implement specifically the Smart Rwanda Master Plan, extending to the year 2024. So among the projects, as you've asked me, we have what is called the One Government Area, One Government Network, where we're looking at centralizing infrastructure across the government and fast-tracking access to internet and broadband generally, both for government or public institutions, but also for the usage of the citizen. If a Rwandan goes to public or government office, he or she will be able to make good use of the internet or access to the broadband as he's also getting served at the office. Or at least for people who goes to the hospital or who are traveling across cities in Rwanda, they may also take advantage of enjoying internet while they are moving around.
So tell me, because we always have this discussion where people are saying, okay, so you've put in the digital arteries, you have your broadband, and people can browse but what useful things do people do with that kind of connectivity?
Thank you. Among others, we really focused on enabling the service industry in Rwanda. So internet is like the access, the door to both the service provider, but also the service, the clients, basically. So with internet, you can have 24/7 access to services. So we believe that having broadband access at affordable rates and for all will allow people really to work anytime, anywhere, with any device where possible. And then this will really boost the service delivery industry in Rwanda, even across the region.
Okay, so in terms of structure, because you see, I think one of the biggest issues that we see with CIOs is the reporting structure. So to be effective, you need to have a certain way. You have to be reporting to certain offices. So who do you report to in your organization?
Thank you. Maybe I'll also have to give a background to this, because in our case, the government is driven as an enterprise.
Okay.
And this is why ICT was not left behind, because as businesses are using ICT to disrupt or are going through this disruption because of ICT and internet, also the governments should be thinking of how is ICT going to impact the way they deliver. So this is why we have a specific ministry in charge of ICT, and then RISA, the organization I'm working with, reports to the ministry, and yeah, that's how it is.
So do you report directly to the minister or to the CEO of RISA?
Yes, we are, by the way, from the previous presentation, we have the Government Chief Information Officer and the Government Chief Innovation Officer, who
as two different people?
Yes, and then we have the CEO who reports to the minister.
Okay. Okay, so tell me, how have you been, do you interface with CIOs from, say, private sector, or how do you run your projects? Do you have teams within RISA and maybe the ministry, or do you bring in other players from private sector and maybe government agencies to do your projects?
Thank you. The plan is to have sector clusters. Say the education cluster have a CIO that really focuses on the ICT implementation or mainstreaming in the particular cluster or sector. So the CIOs will be coordinated by the government CIO, and then private CIOs also will be engaged, because most of the projects that we do implement either for under their responsibilities or for the private sector development perspective, the chief innovation officer follows on them on how to see the ICT transforming the businesses in Rwanda. So basically, for the public perspective, I deal with the CIOs at sector or cluster level, and then private sector, we don't have such a forum in Rwanda, but it's something that is yet to come, because we see the private sector really having a key role as well. Both private sector development will have an impact on the public sector advancement.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'll take two questions from the audience. Two questions. Yeah. Can we have the roaming mic? Or just stand up and shout. Who said? Okay. Yes, go ahead.
Thank you. What was the name? I didn't get your name, please.
Nasser.
Nassel. Thank you, Nassel. I would say we're not copying. These are, yeah, we're doing what we believe is going to serve our people, and really not that we ignore that what we are doing maybe was done elsewhere, but as I mentioned, the leadership, the visionary leadership and the commitment of the government to deliver, as well as the feel that we have to remain accountable to our people is the main drive. So we believe we'll do all that is required to get it done. Thank you.
Another question? No other question? Very succinct. Tell me, so what should we expect, or what should we expect at Rwanda, yeah, in the next?
Well, the Smart Rwanda looks at three main objectives: broadband for all, digital literacy for all, and a vibrant private sector. So we have the Kigali Innovation City project, where we look at attracting huge companies and key players in the IT business to come set up in Rwanda and really drive their businesses from there, together with key center of excellence in specifically IT, cybersecurity. So yeah, it's an invitation to audience to come to Rwanda so and join our digital transformation journey. We believe what will happen in Rwanda will not serve only Rwandans, but Africans at large and people in the rest of the world. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Just I
Welcome,
won't even
Harry.
try to say you. So we'll
Yes,
leave it at
Ivan.
that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
Harry.
very much, and all the best in Smart Rwanda.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. So this brings us to the end of the first session of the conference. So we'll have our tea breaks. You'll have to walk out and go down this way. There'll be ushers out there to show. When we come back, I think after half an hour, 2 breakout sessions. Breakout room 1, and breakout room 2 is what they call the residence lounge. Near the swimming side of. So enjoy your breakfast, and please let me time. It's bedtime now. Can we agree to be in our rooms by 11:30? 11:30? Okay, thank you very much.